Hi there! Welcome to Sandi's Chinese class. Today we're going to talk about having lunch together. 今天中午我们一起吃饭吗？今天中午我们一起吃饭吗？ The literal translation of this word by word is today, midday, we, together, eat, meal. And the actual translation, which you've probably got it already, is shall we have lunch together today? You can use this sentence at work if you want to hang out with your colleagues during lunchtime, or if you want to ask a boy or a girl out on a lunch date, you can ask them this too. Shall we have lunch together today? 今天中午我们一起吃饭吗? Now let's break this down and take a closer look word by word. The first word, 今天, which means today. 今天. Now we've covered this word in the last class, but I just want to make sure I mention this one more time here, that when you're saying 今天, do not roll your tongue. If you're saying 今 is not correct. It's not 今. It is 今. You can hear the difference here. 今 and 今. 今 is not correct. When you're saying 今, you are rolling the middle of the tongue a little bit. So make sure that you don't roll your tongue at all. It's not 今, it's 今, 今天, 今天. The second word, 中午, which means midday. 中午, 中午. The first character here, we've also seen it before in the word 中国, which means middle country, literally. Well, the country in the middle of the world. For this word, 午 means noon, 12 o'clock. But when we're saying 中午, what we mean is midday or noonish. We do not necessarily mean like 12 o'clock sharp. If it's 1 p.m. or 11 a.m., we can also use 中午. So 中午, make sure that you do roll your tongue when you're saying 中. It's like in the middle part of your tongue here. 中午, 中午, 中午. Next word, 我们, 我们. We've also covered this word in the last class, so just mention this again. 我们. The second character has a neutral tone. 我们, 我们, 我们. Next word, 一起, 一起, which means together. 一起. Now, this is probably the easiest character to write in Chinese. But the interesting thing about this character is that when it's followed by different characters with different tones, it will change its own tone accordingly. So for this word, the second character has the third tone here. So for this one, it's a fourth tone. 一起, 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 一起. Next time you see this character in a new word, it may or may not have the same tone, but we're definitely going to see this character a lot in the future. 一起. The last word, 吃饭, 吃饭. 吃 means eat, and 饭 means meal. It is not specified here whether it is like breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but when you're combining these two words, 午 from here, 中午, midday. Still remember that, right? 午, if you combining 午 and 饭, noon and meal, it is lunch. So 午饭 means lunch. 吃饭 means eat meal or have a meal. 吃饭, make sure you do roll your tongue when you're saying 吃. 吃饭, 吃饭. 吃饭. The last character here, 妈, it has a neutral tone. 妈. Without this character, this is actually a statement. 今天中午我们一起吃饭. Today we have lunch together. But with this character, it is now a question. Shall we have lunch together today? So if you see this word at the end of a sentence with a question mark, chances are this is actually asking a question. 今天中午我们一起吃饭吗? Now, you may already know that 吃饭 is a big part of life for us Chinese. The two Chinese philosophers, Confucius and Mencius, both mentioned that sex and food are the two desires by nature. So the importance of food in Chinese life was actually well established like 2,000 years ago. So, shall we have lunch together today? 今天中午我们一起吃饭吗? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.